Okay, good morning. Welcome. My name's Tara. Monday morning vinyasa flow. Is anybody brand new to yoga this morning? Welcome. Is anybody brand new to vinyasa flow or power yoga? All right, super. For all of us, but especially if you're new to practice, go at your own pace. Everything is just a suggestion except the breathing. So that's the only thing I strictly insist upon. Of course, you can always just stand and breathe. If you need to just take a little break, you can take child pose and breathe. Just always checking in for that nice, deep, full, steady breathing. Whenever it may seem a little bit challenging to breathe, that's your body telling you maybe to dial it down a little bit. Take it a little easy, come back to your breath. Little measurement of energy this morning. Rainy Labor Day. Really good, mediocre. I need a little help. You can just hold up your hand and let me know how you're doing. Or you can make a sound. Oh, there's some good. Oh, that's good. Right, okay, we'll see if we can amp that up a little bit. Good. Let's begin seated, maybe sitting on a prop if you like. Maybe in Sukhasana, legs crossed, maybe sitting on your knees, whatever works for you this morning. Let's start with a nice big inhale. Draw your shoulders up to your earlobes. Exhale, roll those shoulders back and slide your shoulder blades down the back. The chin is just tipped down ever so slightly so the back of the neck is nice and long. And just allow yourself to settle into this moment, into this stillness. Just observing, without trying to change anything. You might be aware of the sensation of air touching your skin, clothes touching your skin. You might be aware of the weight of your body on the ground, your heartbeat, your breath, sound. And bringing your focus to your breath, following the inhale as it touches your nostrils, comes in the nose, the sinuses, down the back of the throat, filling up the lungs, expanding the rib cage in all directions, finding that point of fullness, of completion. And then the long, warm exhale that empties the lungs, rib cage releasing down, up and out the nose. And as you lengthen and deepen the breath, we begin to move towards Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious breath. In and out through the nose, gently narrowing the back of the throat to create that whooshing aspirant sound of the full breath. Maintaining this nice, deep, steady breathing as much as possible through the entire practice. Let's very gently begin to open our eyes, letting light come back in Coming back into the visual world, but keeping that awareness with the inner body, the breath. Good, let's sit up nice and tall. Take the hands to the sides, big inhale, sweep the air up. Press your palms together at the top, spread your fingers, bring the hands down the center. Little stretch for the knuckles at the bottom. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, hands come down. Feel the top of your head float up as your hands come down. Nice. 2 more times. Inhale. Wake up the energy a little bit. Exhale, spread those fingers, stretch the wrists. Last time, inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, bring them down. Just rest your palms on your knees, your thighs. We'll take some seated cat stretches. So we're going to take an inhale and we arch the back and we look up. We lift the chin, draw shoulder blades together and down. Exhale, curving back, look towards your belly button. And again, inhale to arch. Starting to wake up the spine. Exhaling, curving it back. Inhaling, filling the body, arching the back. Exhaling, curving into the back space, belly button to spine. And just keep going. Use your own rhythm now. Opening the body gradually. Feeling the spine from the tailbone right up to the top of the head. Hearing the breath. Feeling the breath. Good. And the next time you inhale and look up towards the ceiling, stay there and keep breathing. Really drawing those shoulder blades together behind you, lifting the chin. Now open your eyes as wide as you can. Open your mouth as wide as you can. Stick out your tongue as far as you can. Cross your eyes, face of a line. Beautiful. And curve it back. Look to your belly button. Stay there. Keep breathing. Scrunch your face really tight. Clench your jaw. Lift up, Uddiyana Bandha, that's the lower abdominal lock. Mula Bandha, floor of the pelvis. Lift everything, and then release up to vertical. Beautiful. Let's come onto our hands and knees. And just take a moment to line up your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Tuck your toes. And just rock your weight forward and back a little bit. Just getting ready to have weight into the hands, so waking up the palms. And you can let that forward and back start to turn into a little bit more of undulation, like a cat waking up. It might feel good to be a little bit more side to side. It might feel good to make big circles with the top of the head and with the tailbone. Coming forward, moving back, maybe bending into the elbows. Does not matter what it looks like. Just go for the sensation of removing those cobwebs. You might find a place that feels particularly delicious, and you might stay there and breathe for a moment. Good. And let it get a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller until you're on your hands and knees. The toes are tucked. Keep your feet and hands pretty much where they are. Send your sit bones towards your heels and float up into downward facing dog. Let your head release. Smooth, deep inhale, nice long exhale. Might feel good too. Lift one heel, bend the knee, and then the other. Just walk it out, walk the dog. And see if you can really let your head release. Let the weight of the head go. Back of the neck is nice and long. Good. And let's lift both heels. Now take a nice big inhale. Lift both heels. Exhale, bend your knees, bottom ribs towards thighs. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, heels towards the floor. They may or may not touch. One more time. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, bend the knees, bottom, front ribs towards thighs. Inhale, straighten the legs as much as possible. Exhale, heels towards the floor. Beautiful. Walk your feet all the way up until they're between your hands. Uttanasana, standing forward, bend. Maybe bend your knees a little bit. Maybe grab hold of your elbows. and hang out. Some nice deep full breaths here. Maybe sigh, maybe exhale out your mouth. Just letting go. Letting go of everything you do not need. Imagine that there's a couple holes on the top of your head, and all your worries can fall out the top of the head. All your to-do lists, past things, whatever's rolling around in the head, just let it fall out and be absorbed by the floor. Now let your arms release completely. Let them hang. Bend your knees a little bit more and we roll up to standing, one vertebra at a time. The head will be the very, 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 very last thing to come up. Once you get to the top, roll your shoulders up and back, slide those shoulder blades down the back. Lift your toes, flex your hands, spread all your digits, and then put them back down. And again, lift your toes, flex your hands, spread all your digits, and press your belly button towards your spine. Nice, release. Let's step up to the top of the mat. We'll start with a few really slow Shivananda style sun salutations. You can practice with your feet right together or with feet underneath your hips, your choice. Let's lace the thumbs together. Inhale, we arch the back, press your pelvis forward. Exhale, fold into it, fingertips to the floor. Right leg slides back, slide into a nice big lunge and just open the heart and look up. Let's stay here, breathe. It's allowing the pelvis to drop down and we start to open up the front of that right hip flexor. Palms into the floor, walk back downward, facing dog. Inhale, we're going to come to all fours. Exhale, we bend into the elbows and we snake onto the belly. Release the tops of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Let's try that again. Back, not the arms. Inhale, lift it with your back. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift. Stay there. Exhale, lift your hands off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, down dog. Right leg floats into the air. Square the pelvis, right toes pointing towards the floor. Palms pushing the floor away, nice and long through your armpits. Coming forward, bring that right knee to the heart and then step it between the hands. We lunge on the other side. Fingertips, right knee is right above the ankle. Gently lowering the pelvis, opening the front of that left hip flexor. And then the left foot steps up to the right and we exhale, we let the head release. We link the thumbs, we reach way forward along the floor. We come all the way up, press your pelvis forward, little baby back arch at the top. Exhale, palms together at the heart. And again, inhale. Exhale, fold it forward. This time the left leg reaches back. We gently lower the left knee to the floor, the arms come up, and we breathe here, shoulder blades drawing down the back. Heart lifting, like there's a little string attached to your heart, attached to the ceiling. Breathing into it. Arms a little bit further back. Beautiful. And then palms to the floor. Walk it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, all fours. Exhale onto the belly. Snake it onto the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, cobra. Stay up in cobra. Lengthen your arms, fingers pointing towards your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, press your toenails into the floor, arms coming back. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, reaching back. Last time, inhale, reaching up. Palms, exhale, tuck toes, all fours, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg reaches into the air. Square the pelvis. So the inner left thigh trying to rotate up towards the ceiling. Nice. And then the left knee comes up to the heart and it steps between the hands. Gently lower your right knee to the floor. Arms up. And we breathe. See if you can be calm through your jaw so we're not clenching the teeth. Spread your fingers. Lift that heart. Gorgeous. And hands come back down. Step right foot up to left. Exhale, release the top of the head. Link thumbs, reach forward. Inhale all the way up, little back bend at the top. Exhale, palms together at the heart. Going a little bit further. Thumbs, inhale. Exhale, fold. Right leg slides back, keep the knee off the floor, inhale, arms up. And then bend your elbows like your arms are the bottom of a box and tip your heart up. Bend deeper into that left knee. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your arms up. Palms into the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, halfway chaturanga or all the way onto your belly. Up dog or cobra, inhale. Downward facing dog. Right leg sweeps into the air. Now stack your right hip on top of the left. Try and touch the ceiling first. Try and touch the ceiling with your right toes. And then bend the knee. So the right foot is trying to touch the left shoulder blade. It's not going to get there. It just wants to. Come forward into high plank and bring your right knee up to your right elbow and hover there, scooping the lower abdominals in. Feeling the power of your breath, your heartbeat. That's your rhythm section. And then the knee into the heart, and then step the foot between the hands, and the arms come up. Into it. Bend those elbows, tip the heart up. Shine, sparkle at your fingertips. Beautiful. And the hands come down. We step the left up to the right. We let the head release. We link the thumbs. We come all the way up. Little back bend at the top. Exhale, palms together. One more time. Inhale. Press your pelvis forward. Exhale, fold into it. This time, the left leg slides back, nice big lunge. Arms up, inhale. Open the arms. Right under left, right under left. Eagle arms, bend, lift those elbows, spread your fingers. Nice, strong, straight back leg. And release the elbows down, release your arms, reach for the sky. And then palms into the floor, walk it back, down dog. Come forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga or all the way onto the belly, up dog, inhale. Down dog, optional, another chaturanga if you like. Left leg reaches into the air. Square the pelvis first, feel that. Feel that alignment. Now stack the left hip on top of the right and try and touch the ceiling with your left toes. Nice. Now bend that left knee. So the left foot is intending to touch the right shoulder blade. Let's come forward into high plank. Bring the left knee to the left upper arm or the left elbow and gather it in. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit. Pubic bone lifting up to belly button. Nice. And then bring the knee to the heart. Step it between the hands. Arms up, big inhale. Open them. Left under right this time. Left under right. Bend into it. Lift your elbows. Breathe. Feel your feet into the floor. See if you can lift those front toes, spread them, put them back down. Elbows come down. Arms reach for the sky. Fingertips to the floor. Step right up to left. Let your head release. Link those thumbs. Reach forward along the floor all the way up. Little baby back bend. And exhale, palms together at the heart. Sweep your arms up. Feet are together or they're a little bit apart right under your hip joints. Rock your weight forward. Float your heels off the floor. Open your arms. Stay right up on your tiptoes and cross your arms at the bottom like you're going to take off a sweater. Big inhale. Exhale. Don't worry if you lose your balance. Give yourself a little smile if you lose your balance. It comes and it goes. It's a process. And reverse the arms. And put the sweater back on. And again. Beautiful. Stay right up on those tiptoes. Gather your abdominals in, reach for the sky. And then heels reach for the floor when the heels touch. Bend into Utkatasana. Sit into it. Feel down into your heels. Just check that your knees are right over your second toe. Inhale, sparkle fingers. Exhale, keep your knees bent and fold. Lift your arms up behind you. And again, inhale, sit and reach. Exhale, folding. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Take your fingertips, lace them together behind you. Extend your arms, straighten your legs, forward fold, open those shoulders. Nice full breath into it. If you have any shoulder, cuff concerns or injuries, don't go too far into this. Just breathe to the place where you can feel it, but it's not too intense. Finding that balance between sensation and a challenge, maybe a little discomfort, but not pain. The arms come back down. We bend the knees. We sweep the hands up into the air. Palms together at the heart. We're going to twist to the right. Left elbow across. Maybe the knees are together. Maybe feet are hip distance apart. Bring your thumbs right into, plug into your heart center. Sit into it. Make sure your left knee isn't coming in front of your right knee, that they're right even. You're twisting from your belly. The right side of your rib cage is spiraling up towards the ceiling. If you feel like there's room, you can always open your wings. Exhale, look down. Stay in your twist. Weight into the right foot, slide your left foot back, and we come into a rotated Parshva Konasana. So you're stepping back with your left foot, so your right leg is forward, and you're twisting. You're leaning back into it a little bit. Maybe the palms are together at the heart, maybe the arms are open. Excellent. And look down. Take your hands either side of that foot. Anchor your back foot. That's the left. Bring it up. Warrior two. Sit into it. Nice and low. Arms come up. Inhale. Remove any obstacles that you might have in your life or your mind and just press them away. And again, with a little bit of breath. Inhale. And maybe a hiss. And again, inhale. Press away anything you don't need. Just make room for yourself. Beautiful. One more time. And press. Good. Look over your right fingertips. Sit into it. Feel your right thigh spiraling back. So your right knee pressing to the right a bit. So if you look down, you can see your right big toe. That's it. So you can reach just as much out your back hand as your front hand. See if you can sit a tiny bit lower. Turn your right palm to face up to the ceiling. Left hand floats down to the left leg, exalted or peaceful warrior. And then keep the length of the right side of the body here. Straighten the right knee and sweep forward into triangle pose, Trikonasana. So keep the length through the right side of the body. Lean it back a little bit. Deep, full breath. Arms are like wings, reaching up, reaching down, making sure that left foot is turned in a little bit, about 45 degrees. Nice. Stay over to the side, but we just bend into the right knee coming into Parshva Konasana. Maybe right forearm to the thigh. Maybe the hand stays on the floor. Your choice. Find where your body wants to be this morning. So we're wanting to bring that left arm so it's beside the face and the left palm faces the floor. Beautiful. And we're still spiraling in the rib cage, so the left side of the rib cage is kind of turning up towards the ceiling. Ever so slightly. Beautiful. We're going to inhale and come all the way back up to Warrior Two. And then both fingertips sail to the floor just beyond that right foot, and we float up into Ardha Chandrasana. Now you can keep both hands on the floor, or you can keep just the right fingertips on the floor, left hand to the waist. It's a balance. Maybe the left hand wants to float up to the ceiling. Nice deep breath. If your left hand is reaching up or it's on your waist, see if you can lean back a little bit, as if there's a wall behind you. And your shoulder blades and your sacrum are on this wall. If you feel like another little challenge, you can float your right fingertips just off the floor. So it really is a balance. And we're going to bend into the right knee and float your left foot back to the floor, coming back into Warrior Two. And then windmill the arms, walk it back, high plank, chaturanga, halfway down or onto your belly, up dog, big inhale. And downward facing dog or child pose. So coming back to your breath. See if you can find your bandhas again. Uddiyana Bandha, that's the lower abdominal lock. So just below the belly button, we scoop in and lift. See if you can really lengthen through your armpits. So you can really bend your knees if you like and kind of reach back. Maybe not that much with the bent knees, yeah. And bring your feet just a tiny bit together. Yeah, great. Perfect. Let's take one more nice deep inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look towards the hands. And we're going to step or jump the feet up until they're between the hands. We extend the spine. We fold with an exhale. We bend the knees, Utkatasana, arms up, inhale. And exhale, palms together at the heart. Tadasana, mountain pose. Just close your eyes, breathe for a moment before we take all that to the other side. Just feel what's going on in your body, your pulse, your breath, shoulders releasing down. Just take note of any tension that might have accumulated. Sometimes between the eyebrows, the jaw, the tongue, the shoulders, places where most of us tend to habitually accumulate tension. And just breathe into those places and let it go. Nice. Let's gently open our eyes. We're going to sit back into Utkatasana. Make sure your feet are nice and parallel. They're together or they're under your hips. Bend and sweep the arms up. Feel that sit down into the heels, palms together at the heart, and then we twist to the left. So the right elbow across. And this time that right knee is going to try and come in front of the left. So really try and sit down into it. And keep both those knees in line. Nice. If the arms have space to open, allow them to open. Leaning it back ever so slightly so there's that real opening, like that string attached to the center of your heart, attached to the ceiling. Nice. Good. Exhale, look down. Weight into the left foot. Slide your right foot back, or your right foot back. Rotated Parshva Konasana. And when we twist, sometimes it feels a little constricted in the chest, a little bit more challenging to breathe, but there's actually lots of room in the back body, lots of room for breath. Exhale, look down. Bringing the hands down. Anchor that back heel. Right arm helps lift us up, and we come into warrior two on the other side, and we bend deep into that left knee now. Remove some obstacles. Ganesh. Inhale, arms up, and then press whatever you don't need away. Use the exhale. And with sound if you like. One more time. Look over those left fingers, reach as much through the right as through the left. So you're really stretched between your points, reaching into the future, reaching into the past, and your spines are right here, right now. Bend a little tiny bit deeper into that left knee. Good. The left palm faces the ceiling. The right hand drifts down to the right leg, and we reach it back, exalted, peaceful warrior, keeping that left knee nice and bent. And then as we straighten the left knee, we keep the left side of the torso really long as we come up and over and sail into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Leaning it back a little bit. Feel your feet, maybe lift your toes, spread them, put them back down. We're going to stay over with the torso, but we bend into that left knee and we come into Parshva Konasana. So you might take your left elbow or forearm to your thigh and then bring your right arm beside your face so it's reaching into the diagonal, the right palm facing the floor. And that left knee right above the ankle. Maybe the left hand floats to the floor. Maybe the elbow stays on the thigh. Just feel where you need to be this morning. Keep that knee bent, come all the way up, warrior two. And then Ardha Chandrasana, so reach for the floor. Push off that right foot, sail the right leg into the air. Maybe both hands stay on the floor, maybe right hand to the waist. Maybe right hand floats up towards the ceiling. Little bit of a lean back, so imagine that wall behind you to support you. Don't worry if you lose your balance. Maybe find your edges. Find that place where, whoa, there's my balance, there it goes. Maybe that bottom hand, that left hand hovers just off the floor, make it a bit more of a challenge. And we're going to bend into the left knee. We're going to come all the way up into warrior two. And then we're going to straighten both legs. And we're all going to face the side. So we turn both feet in to face the side of the room. Take your palms to your waist. Inhale, heart lifts, look up, Padottanasana. Exhale, fold it forward. Take your fingertips or your palms to the floor between your feet. Take another inhale and look up and let the heart sail forward and let your sit bones lift a little bit more up behind you. Maybe the knees stay a bit bent. Exhale, fold into it, top of the head, reaching for the floor. Of course, it doesn't matter if your head gets there or not. If your head gets there pretty easily and you have a tripod headstand in your practice and you want to take advantage of this opportunity to do that, please feel free. Remember, we're also in an inversion even with the feet on the floor. So you're getting a lot of the benefits of your inversion even though your feet might stay on the floor here. See if you can lengthen your waist just a little bit more. Nice. If your feet are in the air, float them back down to the floor. Heart lifts, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist, staying in this forward fold. And then all the way up with your inhale. Open your arms. Bring your hands behind you, lace fingers together, mudra. Maybe palms stay together. Bend your elbows, draw your shoulder blades together, pull your hands down, inhale, look up, exhale, fold it forward. Bring your arms over as far as you can, and breathe. Can you hear your breath? Can you feel your bandhas? Uddiyana bandha. Lower abdominal lock, Mula Bandha, floor of the pelvis lifting up into the body. Fabulous. Good. We're going to stay in our forward fold. We're going to bring the hands to the small of the back, unlace them, and let them drape down to the floor. Walk your hands over to your right ankle and draw your nose towards your right shin. Breathing there. Keep your left sit bone pressing back. So it's going to want to come with you. See if you can keep it back, and then we get a little bit more length through the left side of the torso. Keep your left hand now where it is, and we're going to inhale, and we're going to lift the right hand up to the ceiling and take a twist. And remember, whenever we want to twist from the waist, from the belly. Yeah, gorgeous, beautiful. Good. Bring that right hand down to the ankle. We're going to pivot to the right. Right toes pointing towards the back of the mat. Left heel lifts. Draw yourself down into that lunge first. Then walk your fingertips a little bit out in front of that right foot. And then we're going to push off the back, and we're going to lift up into a standing split. And we walk the hands back until they're beside that right foot. We draw the nose down towards the shin. Maybe we make it a balance. Maybe we take the left hand to the left ankle. Maybe we take both hands to the ankle. See if you can really lengthen that left leg so it is straight, or you're intending to make it straight. We're going to take the hands to the floor if they're not there already. And then we're going to start to lift the back, and we're going to come up into airplane. So we open the arms, and we come up into a balance, a modified warrior 3. So we're lifting the back leg, that's the left. We're lifting the arms. We're letting the heart sail forward. We're breathing. From here, we're going to come all the way up to standing. Lift the left knee up to your heart. Kick it forward. Balance on it. Lift out the top of the head. Lift the knee up to the heart again. Step it back into your lunge. Take your hands down either side of the right foot. Straighten your right leg and send your left heel back towards the floor. So we're into a long hamstring stretch here. Breathe into it. Feel that softness. So in our vinyasa practice, there's lots of opportunity for effort, for muscle, for balance, for focus. But we want to balance that with soft. So we have our bandhas. We have strong legs, we have spread toes, and then we have a softening into it. We have a nice big inhale, and we have a soft, spacious exhale. We're going to walk ourselves back around to face the side now. And just take a moment in the side just to fold into it. Both feet are turned in. Inhale, and then exhale out your mouth with a sigh, or maybe flutter your lips. Good. Walk your hands over to your left ankle and draw your nose towards your left shin. The right sit bone intending back, so it doesn't really want to come with you. It wants to stay back as if your tush is right on a wall and you're staying connected to that wall behind you. Now the right hand wants to stay where it is, and the left hand with your next inhale is going to sail up to the ceiling, and we twist here. twisting from the belly. The hand comes down. We pivot the left toes to point towards the top of the mat. We bend into our lunge, lifting that back heel. Nice. Set your fingertips a little bit forward of that left foot, and then push off your right and sail yourself up into a nice, long, standing split with the straightest right leg you can manage. Extend through those toes. If possible, the supporting leg, that's the one you're standing on, is straight as well, if possible. Maybe we make it a balance, taking one or both hands to the ankle. Good, and then we take the fingertips to the floor if they're not already, and we're going to lift our focus forward, and we're going to float up, opening the arms into airplane. Do not scold yourself if you lose your balance. Be curious about the experience, not judgmental. So easy for us to judge ourselves. We come all the way up, lift that right knee up to the heart. Flex the foot, kick it forward. Lift it back up, feel the abdominals engage. Send it back into your lunge, fingertips to the floor. And then we extend the left leg and we send the back heel to the floor. So you can scoot your back foot a little bit closer. Draw that left sit bone back and soften into it. Maybe that left knee wants to stay just a tiny bit bent. And we're going to lift that right heel, send the foot back, come into a lunge, plant your palms, walk it back, high plank. Stay there, breathe. Tucking the tailbone under a little bit so the pubic bone is lifting up towards the belly button. Shoulders right over the wrists. Claw the mat a bit. Look forward along the floor, breathe deep. And chaturanga, slow. Come right back up, high plank. Inhale. Slow, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. High plank. Exhale, chaturanga. And up dog. Downward facing dog. Or child pose. Really listening to your body. Tap back into your breath if you've lost track of it. Good. From here, we're going to lower onto all fours. Or if you're in child pose, find your way up onto all fours. We're going to reach the right leg back. And then balancing, reach the left hand forward. Just feel the strength of your waist here, your bandhas. And then we're going to bend that right knee, send the left hand back. And if you can, grab hold of the foot and then kick the foot into the hand and we lift. Remember, it's all optional. It is a balance. It's true. Gently release, reach forward and back. And then hand to the floor, knee to the floor. Left leg reaches back. Have some activity in those lower abdominals. It really, really helps. And then the right hand reaches forward. So feel that forward and back. Feel the length of the low back. We want to keep it this long. Then we bend the left knee. Right hand to the foot. Keep the back nice and long and see if you can just lift. So there's lift, not compression. Beautiful. And then release, reach forward, reach back. And hand to the floor, knee to the floor, tuck your toes. Sweep up into downward facing dog. Now the right leg lifts into the air, three-legged down dog, then bend that knee. But try and keep your thighs more or less parallel here. So instead of that right foot trying to touch the left shoulder blade, the right foot is still kind of reaching up towards the sky even though the knee is bent. Now you're going to look forward. You're going to keep lifting that foot, lifting that leg, and you're going to bring your weight forward like a half a scorpion over your shoulders. Float your left knee to the floor. Keep lifting that right leg, and then bend the elbows and send your chin to the floor. Beautiful. Nice. Try and bring that right foot towards your head, towards your head, towards your head, and then power into the floor with your hands. Lift back up. Tuck toes. Reach into three-legged down dog. Now the right foot steps halfway towards the hands. So halfway. And then your left leg sails into the air into your standing split. This is a little good preparation for a handstand. So you rock your weight forward onto your hands. You lift up onto the tippy toes of that right foot. That might be enough. Just bringing shoulders above wrists. You might want to hop a little bit. Yeah. Hopping off that right foot. Just play with it. It's all play. Just stay curious. What does my body want to do? How does this work today? Maybe it's just about feeling that tiny bit of balance, that momentary balance. Good, and find your way back to downward facing dog or child pose. Relax the muscles of your face, your jaw. So trying to cultivate that practice of the economy of effort. So only using what you need. It's useful with everything we do in life, especially really challenging things. So we're not getting tense in the face and the shoulders. We're not thinking about how hard something is. We're just doing it. We're just experiencing whatever it is. Good. So we come back into down dog if we're not there already. And we're going to lift the left leg into the air. And then we bend the knee. We try and keep the hips pretty square so that the very tops of the thighs are trying to squeeze together. We look forward towards the hands. We bring the weight forward, shoulders above wrists, and we lift the head, lift the head, lift the head. So find the arch in the back. Even if it's tiny, doesn't matter. Then we lower the right knee. Keep lifting that left leg. And then bend the elbows and set your chin on the floor. Lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it. Gorgeous, yeah. Push into the floor, lift. Tuck those toes. Three-legged down dog. And then the right foot steps halfway towards the hands, and the left leg sweeps into the air. Standing split. Palms into the floor, rock your weight forward onto the tippy toes of the left foot. And maybe you take a couple little balances, a couple little hops. Fabulous. Even if you just get a little bit into, weight into my hands, what does that feel like? Good, good. And let's come back to down dog, and let's all come back into child pose. Separate your knees a little bit so your belly can kind of hang down between. Couple nice big sighs. A big let go. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. Feel the prana, the energy pulsing through your body. Good. When you're ready, roll up till you're sitting on your heels. Go into the back space just a little bit more. Take your hands behind you, just fingertips. And then just press into your pelvis and lift. A little gentle back arch, let your head drop back. You're stretching through the quadriceps, the thighs. And set your sit bones back down on your heels. Come right up onto your knees. Take a little bit, I like to think of this as a slow motion trampoline. So we're going to inhale here. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to inhale to get really tall, and then press your pelvis forward and reach into the back space. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, the bottom of the jump. Get the power from the ground, and then inhale, lift. And exhale, arch it back. Does not matter how far. Think about keeping really long through the low back. Inhale, come up. Exhale. You can stick the bum way out, and then inhale up. And exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time, and stay in your arch as long as you like. Maybe it's just 1 or 2 breaths. Maybe it's a bit longer. Really press your pelvis forward. Press it forward, press it forward. Long, long, long through the low back. Fabulous. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, just have a seat. And breathe into the low back. So as we go a little bit deeper into our back arches, just be aware that you don't want to shorten the low back. You want to keep really long. So that's why we want to really tuck the tailbone under and lift that pubic bone so we stay really long. And we actually get into the thoracic spine, which is the upper back, which is where most of us are pretty tight. Most of us have quite a bit of flexibility in the low back and maybe even a bit of compression. So think about being really long. Good. Let's come right up onto the knees. Tuck your toes. We're going to inhale the right arm up. The left hand is going to reach for that left heel. Inhale, and then take the hand to the heel. Exhale it back. So half. Breathing there. Really lengthening. So using that right hand to reach long. And then inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, switch it. Inhale, reach. Exhale back. Right hand reaches for that heel. Stay there. Keep breathing. Inhale, come up. Exhale, switch. One more time each side. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale, switch. Last time. Inhale. Press the pelvis forward. Exhale back. Inhale up. And you might have had enough, in which case just have a seat. Otherwise, we're going to go with both hands to the heels. Lifting, maybe if you want to go further, tops of the feet on the floor. Ustrasasana, camel pose. Pelvis pressing forward. Nice and long, nice and long, nice and long. And then your inhale and your abdominals lift you back up onto your legs. And let's all have a seat. Reach the hands forward. Child pose. When you're ready, roll up. Take your right leg around. So we're crossing right leg over left. If it's really hard at this point to get your sit bones to the floor, you can always extend the bottom leg. That's the left leg. This is a good modification, so this is a great place to be as well. So either is fine. Let's take a nice big inhale. So after back arches, it's really nice to do some twisting. Stay long, and then just take the hand maybe around, right hand to the floor behind you. Maybe you want to take the elbow of that left arm right across. Maybe you want to bind. Totally fine to close your eyes and just really feel what's going on in your body here. Twisting is kind of like wringing out a sponge. It's really helpful in decompressing the low back, toning some of our internal organs that do so much work. See if you can take it a tiny bit further into your twist, even if it's just in your mind, even if it's a deeper breath, maybe a micromillimeter. Good, let's inhale to look front. Exhale, release the twist, little counter twist. And then looking straight ahead, take your hands behind you. Lift into Navasana. So this is option number 1. Option number 2, grab hold. Really press your belly button to your spine. Option number 3, take your hands. Or full version, extend your legs. Lifting the heart, that string attached to the heart, attached to the ceiling, attached to the sky, the sun that is on the other side of the clouds. And let's cross the other leg, and we're going to twist to the other side. So we sit up nice and tall. Maybe that right leg is extended, maybe it's tucked. Right hand reaches up. So we reach up to stay really long. So keep that length even when the arm comes down. Maybe hug the knee, maybe elbow across. So the left leg is crossed over the right. Can you hear your breath? Can you feel the engagement of your bandhas? Maybe a tiny bit further. See if you can find just a wee bit more space. Beautiful. Inhale, look front. Exhale, release, counter twist. And hands behind you on the floor. Navasana. Lift those legs. Press belly button to spine. Maybe stay there. Maybe hands behind knees. Maybe extend arms. Maybe extend legs. Float the right leg almost to the ground. And lift it back up. And the left. And lift it back up. And the right. Keep breathing. Lift the corners of your mouth, it really helps. Bring your knees in. Gather it all in. Extend it out. Expand the universe. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, lay it back. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, lay it back. And a little bit closer to the ground. And a little bit closer to the ground. All the way down onto your back. And then when you get all the way down onto your back, just let it go and take a big, long stretch. Sigh, moan, groan. Finally lying on our backs. Good. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Hug the arms around the legs and just rock side to side a little bit. Good. We're going to float the left foot down to the floor and take your right ankle across the left like a number 4. And then we're going to take the hands in between the thighs. And maybe hands behind the left thigh, maybe hands around that left shin, and just draw in, gently draw it in. Opening up that right hip joint. Flex the right foot, so that's helping to stabilize the ankle and the knee. Good. Send that left foot back down to the floor. Take your right leg and cross it right over. So like eagle legs, right over. And then opening your arms, you're going to take your knees all the way over to the left, and we're going to take a reclined twist. Look over to your right hand. And soften into it. Try and really soften your right shoulder blade down towards the floor. Let the legs be heavy. If having the legs wrapped does not work for you, it might be good just to take knees right together. It's always a good option. And just check in with your jaw, the muscles of your face. And with your next inhale, bring yourself back to center. Uncross those legs. Hug your knees into you. And we'll do all that on the other side. So we're going to take the right foot to the floor. We're going to cross the left ankle across, making a number 4. Taking your hands around, maybe behind that right thigh, maybe in front of the right shin, and gently drawing the legs into you. And see if at the same time you can really soften in your neck. Gently opening into that left hip, flexing that left foot to stabilize the ankle and the knee. And the right foot sails back down to the floor, and we cross the left leg right across. Like we're sitting in a chair, wrap it around, open your arms and knees over to the right. The arms are open. That left shoulder blade sinking towards the floor, looking over to the left hand. Good. With your next inhale, find your way back onto your back, uncross the legs, hug your knees into your chest. And from here, you might be ready to go into Shavasana, corpse pose, deep relaxation, in which case go right ahead. If there is another posture that you would like to practice, maybe shoulder stand, maybe happy baby, please feel free. But just take maybe 1 or 2 minutes more before finding your way into Shavasana. So just checking in with yourself to find out what you might need before taking deep relaxation. Shavasana is the most important posture that we practice. It's one we never want to skip. Even if we do a shorter practice or we need to leave a class a little bit early, always taking time for Shavasana. Allow the body to incorporate the practice. And simply to take stillness, to practice being still and surrendering completely. Letting go of the Ujjayi pranayama. Just follow your breath without controlling it. Let go of your bandhas. Let all of your muscles soften. And let your bones be heavy. And once you find your way into Shavasana, it might feel good to take a nice big breath and exhale out your mouth, or to sigh. And just let go. Take a nice deep breath. And very gently begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Maybe roll your tongue around inside your mouth. Maybe rock your head side to side. Just very gently coming back, whatever feels good to you, whatever moving or stretching. When you're ready, roll onto your right side and take a breath or two there before finding your way up to seated, where we will finish the same way we began. Take your time. And once you're seated, just close your eyes and observe. Just take a moment to thank yourself for the practice, to thank your body and your breath. Let's bring the palms together at the heart. We'll take Om one time. Big inhale. Om. Thank you very much for being here and sharing your practice this morning. Namaste. Thank you very much. Have a great day. If anyone has any questions or anything, please feel free to talk to me. And if you used a studio mat, just give it a spritz. Thank you.